We hear a lot about consumer watchdogs. One of the most active and effective covers all property transactions, appropriately named Fair Trading. Real Estate News caught up with Deputy Commissioner Steve Griffin.
Fair trading was established to regulate the marketplace and those major transactions that people find themselves in throughout their life. Building a home, buying a car, travelling overseas. Those major transactions that you're involved in throughout your life, fair trading is there to regulate the marketplace to make sure that you're protected. One of our major focus is real estate, because that's an important part of your purchasing decision of your life, is buying your first home. So we're very much in tune in terms of regulating real estate agents and making sure that real estate agents know exactly how to comply with the laws. And there are plenty of laws out there that regulate real estate agents because they are an important position of trust. They're dealing with people's money. So we're out there to try and educate real estate agents and also doing compliance programs so that consumers can feel confident when they're going out buying and selling real estate. Real estate agents have an obligation to make sure they deal with your money properly. So if you find that they're not dealing with your money, such as banking it within the trust account and returning it to you or to the purchaser of your home or to you as a landlord, then you can come to Fair Trading. We're here to help resolve those issues. During the purchasing of a property, there's a need to lodge 10% deposit when you're buying and selling a home. So the agent takes and receives that 10% on your behalf and is required the very next day to lodge that into a trust account. Trust account there is very much a way to make sure that your money is protected. The agent has to comply with laws and has to submit a return to Fair Trading every year on how they've used the money within that trust account. Fair Trading also goes out and inspects trust accounts to make sure that agents are using that money appropriately. Agents aren't allowed to use that money for their own purposes. It's there for the purpose of making that transaction, either purchasing or sale of a home or as a landlord, the relationship between you and your tenant. So the trust account laws are there and agents really need to be aware of them. And consumers, if they have an issue in terms of not receiving the money they think are due, they should be contacting Fair Trading straight away. The money that's in trust accounts, that's how the compensation fund operates. So now you'll only get the money back that's due payable to you. The interest that accrues goes into a compensation fund account. So that's where we have that safety net for consumers where potentially things could go wrong. That safety net exists and that's funded by the interest that accrues to those trust account monies. There's really tough laws for agents that don't comply with trust account rules under the law. There's a maximum penalty of 10 years imprisonment for any real estate agent that mishandles money. There's laws there, they must bank within the next day, or certainly if they've got bonds within 7 days, they must lodge those bonds with Fair Trading. And if real estate agents don't deal appropriately with trust money, they really run the risk of, first of all, losing their licence and their livelihood, and also potentially ending up in jail. So it's extremely important that agents deal appropriately with trust monies that they receive for and on behalf of their clients. They can face a maximum fine of $55,000, but the real penalty here lies in the disqualification. And these responsibilities of agents in terms of administering trust accounts don't just apply in New South Wales, they apply right across the country. All states and territories regulate real estate agents in their conduct, and so the need to comply with laws relating to trust accounts applies right across the country. It's important to note for real estate agents that in 2 years' time, we'll be moving to a national licensing system. So wherever you're licensed in Australia, you'll be able to deal and trade right across Australia. So the state boundaries will no longer be a limit. So in that transformation, the rules will be uniform in terms of trust accounts. There are little subtle changes that vary between states and territories, but the underlying principles are the same. You cannot misuse trust accounts. They're there for your clients, they're not for your purposes.